summer.
Reminding you later on as the people continue to come in this evening. Thank you.
Kayla, you can't have a cow.
Said that, she's probably gonna be.
Is Dan Parks. The contest was run by the Student Council. Immediately following the best-looking vehicle is the loudest stereo, and Chris Bertakidis won that contest. Immediately behind the loudest stereo is the FFA float, who of course, that's the float that they entered in Ducks Unlimited last week and been big supporters of Linesville Athletics. They also won the contest last week with their float. And then the loudest vehicle, Gary Wiley. And that's the loudest vehicle. And finally, the most people in a stationary vehicle is Lori Turner. She had 18 people in that vehicle. Lori Turner, the winner in that particular division.
I think the truck had more. The truck had 30 cars.
And that is delivering the LHS cheerleaders. Marching band. At halftime, we'll be having the big halftime activities for the homecoming, crowning the homecoming court, or announcing the homecoming court, as well as the queen in both junior high and senior high. So lots of activities. As while the Ducks are awake. We have with us on homecoming night, we have Battery B, the first of the 229s, Field Artillery out of Hermitage, Pennsylvania. Staff Sergeant Glenn Walters, Staff Sergeant Howard Anderson, and Linesville High School teacher, First Lieutenant Rich Crancota, in charge of the big gun. So we appreciate their coming, and we hope they have to ring it often. Along with Steve Corner, co-captains for the Saegertown Panthers, and Todd DeRoss, along with Robert Brown, also Kevin Oates, and Adam Phelps, all being seniors representing LHS. Chuck Perrell will be the referee tonight. Don Howard will be the umpire. Dave Stanford, the head linesman, and John Pytek, the line judge. Immediately following the flipping of the coin, we will introduce the Saegertown Panthers. And Linesville has won the toss, will receive. Saegertown Panthers will be kicking off and defending the north goal. And now the starting lineup for the Saegertown Panthers. At center, a senior number. And now the starting lineup for the Lions. At center, a sophomore, number 72, Steve Hawthorne. At left guard, a senior, number 61, Adam Phelps. At right guard, a sophomore, number 56, Mac Dickey. At left tackle, a senior, number 71, Earl Abbott. At right tackle, a senior, number 74, Sean Shellito. At split end, a freshman, number 40, Mike Drexler. At tight end, a junior, number 23, Noel Berkeley. The Lion quarterback, a freshman, number 12, Lenny McCullough. At tailback, a junior, number 24, Jamal Strickland. At the slot back, a senior, number 22, Robert Brown. And running fullback for the orange and black, a senior, number 33, Todd DeRoss. And the Lions are coached by Mr. Dan McCullough. The Lions enter the contest at 1-3, and the Panthers at 0-3.
Mom, I got oil.
Kicking off, Chad Lugard for the Panthers, Zeke for the Lions, Robert Brown along, and comes to Drexler, the freshman. Drexler across the 20-yard line, looks he's home and goes across the 30-yard line, so about the 33-yard line. Mike Drexler, the Linesville freshman, returning the ball. To the 31-yard line, they mark it. Freshman quarterback Lenny McCullough goes to work. And a first give goes to DeRoss into the middle. DeRoss up close to the 35-yard line.
Karen, there you are. I thought you might be looking for us.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Call it second down and 7.
No, we watched the kids outside. So who won? Well, Adam, Jody got third. Jody got third? Yeah.
Strickland this time the ball carrier. Strickland picks up about 1 yard on the play. They mark it, pick up of a couple, so we'll call it third down and about 5. Drexler split wide on the left, Brown wide on the right. McCullough to pass. Throws complete for Drexler. And Drexler picks up the first down of the night. Brought down on the play by Alan Dronko. Also in there, Chad Lugard. So McCullough goes 1 for 1. And the Lions pick up their first down. Strickland stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11. And McCullough gets back to the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd down and 11. Jason Schlosser making that stop for the Panthers. The blue and gold in their previous 3 games lost to Lakeview 19-8, Maplewood 20-8, and Union City 6-0. 3rd down and 11. And Strickland off the right side, and Strickland goes to the 45-yard line, but still 2 yards short. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 2. And a punting situation, and Cliff Seibel will be doing the punting at the 45-yard line. And Seibel gets an end-over kick. Goes to Perry. And Perry is brought down at the 10-yard line by Mike Drexler along with Earl Abbott. So the Panthers will start from their own 10. Steve Corner up over that ball, center for the blue and gold. Creecraft fumbles the ball and immediately jumps on it. At the line of scrimmage, will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Let's go!
2nd down and 11. And Creecraft gives off on the play to Chris Perry. 5'8" sophomore. Picks up about 3 yards on the play, 4 yards perhaps. We'll call it 3rd down and 6. Ball sitting at the 15-yard line. Hands are tight. 3rd and 6 at the 15. And the give comes off to Steve Mulligan. And Mulligan gets to picks up a couple yards before Mike Drexler brings him down on the play. Punting situation for the Panthers. 4th down and 4 as Robert Brown and Jamal Strickland should receive the punt around midfield. Doing the punting will be Steve Mulligan at the goal line, at the 5. And Mulligan is driven out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So, on the bad snap, and Mulligan unable to get the kick away, chose to run and was driven out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So the Lions have a 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line.
What are you doing? Put that football down.
And Jamal Strickland tries to break a tackle and driven out of bounds. Dronko drives Strickland out of bounds after a pickup of a couple. The ball is going to be spotted at the 8-yard line. So it'll be second down and goal at the 8. Drexler wide on the left, Brown in the slot. And a fumble on the play, and immediately McCullough jumps on the ball back at the 15-yard line. So a loss of about 7 on the play will bring up a third down and goal at the 15. In motion goes Strickland. And penalty flags go early. And we'll see first penalty of the contest. Dead ball foul against the Lions. For procedure, we'll move the ball back to the 20-yard line. So the Lions will have a third and goal at the 20. In motion, Strickland. And the pass over, and incomplete as it was intended for Drexler, and Jim Creecraft at the last minute reached in and deflected that ball away from the intended receiver, Mike Drexler. Brings up a fourth down and goal at the 20. The center to Rob Brown goes incomplete, and so Saegertown will take the over on downs.
Good.
Spotted the ball, gain of 3 at the 23-yard line. Second down and 7. And the ball carrier. Number 46 is Joe Fergarelli. Was the ball carrier on the preceding play. Number 46 on your program. Fourth down and a foot. And this time Mulligan gets the punt away, a high punt. Jamal Strickland called for the fair catch for Robert Brown. Linesville will take over at their own 46-yard line. Third possession for the Lions, 1 first down. Give goes to DeRoss, and DeRoss rambles for 5 big yards on the play before being brought down by Alan Dronko for the Panthers. Pickup of 6, second down and 4. And again, DeRoss drives forward very close. In fact, it appears that he has the first down. The Lions pick up their second first down. Eric Higgins makes the stop on the big fullback for the Lions, as the Lions pick up first down number 2. Ball at the Saegertown 42-yard line. And the pitch to Strickland, and 2 defenders waiting for him is Chad Lucart, along with John Scott. No gain on the play. And McCullough back to pass and overthrows Robert Brown at the 35-yard line. Brings up third down and 10. At the 1-minute mark here in the first quarter. No score.
Well, none of them were all falling down.
McCullough, the ball carrier, kept the ball and a loss of a couple yards. Jason Diley making that stop on McCullough. Fourth down and 12. And doing his second punt of the night is Cliff Seibel. And Seibel goes for the corner at the 15 and is down at the 16-yard line. So the Panthers, as we near the end of the first quarter, will have a 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Go!
And that ends the first quarter as the teams head down to the 16-yard line at the other end of the field. There is no score. A reminder that we have the photo buttons for junior high football players, varsity and JV football players, cross country, and junior high girls basketball team. They can be ordered or picked up at the concession stand anytime during the game. The photo button. Creecraft gives off on the play. And Steve Mulligan breaks about 3 tackles on the play before finally being brought down by Robert Brown. Pickup of 9 yards by Mulligan on that. Brings up a 2nd down and 1. The Panthers still looking for their first down. And again, Mulligan, the ball carrier off the right side. And brought down the play by Kevin Oates, who has returned to the lineup tonight for the first time as the Panthers have picked up their first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Panthers looking for their first win tonight. The Lions for their second. And it's the Chad Lucart, the junior running back, picks up about 1 yard on the play.
That's what they were. They were
The official has indicated a fumble on the play and a Linesville first down. So the first turnover of the contest by Saegertown. And the Linesville has the ball once again. And McCullough on the keeper this time, Eric Higgins, brings down the freshman quarterback after a pickup on the play of 3 yards. Brings up second down and 7. And the Panthers have called timeout on the field with 10:26. Like to announce that the homecoming court they ask that the homecoming court please meet at this time in the lobby of the high school. The homecoming court. If you would please make your way to the second down and 7 for the Lions after the timeout. And the counter goes to Strickland. And Strickland is stacked up on the play. No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
At least I don't have the ambulance call.
McCullough back to throw. Throws it out. Flattered to Drexler. The ball is completed. We'll have to see where they spot the football. And it is a first down as they move the sticks. McCullough now 2 for 5 on the night. He has passed for 2 first downs. First down inside the 30. Andy Ross, the big fullback, carries a host of Panthers. Picks up about 3 yards on the play. Virgirelli up off the bottom of that pile for the Panthers. Penalty flag goes on the field as Lenny McCullough keeps the football. We'll see what the penalty is about. Holding penalty charged against the Lions. 15-yard penalty. will bring up second down and about 22. And McCullough fires out to Brown, and Brown's brought down on the play by Steve Mulligan.
Over to the back here, she's right there. Please.
And the ball was intended for Robert Brown. And McCullough throws deep and overthrown at the end zone. Mike Drexler, the freshman. And so the Panthers will take over on downs at the 20-yard line.
That's right. Get out.
And penalty flags go early. Offside charged against the Panthers. Their first penalty of the contest. 5-yard penalty being stepped off will bring up first down and 15.
Come on, get it.
Yeah. The give on the play is to Mulligan. And indicate no gain on the play, so it'll bring up second down and 15. Hands are tight, second and 15, inside the 7-minute mark. And the first pass, and it is caught as Jamal Strickland goes up and tries to intercept the ball, but Chris Perry comes down with the football, and when both people have the football, the offense gets to keep it. So it's a big first down on the completed pass from Creecraft to Chris Perry. First down at the 41-yard line. And Creecraft back to pass again. And pass was intended for Mulligan. In on coverage for the Lions was Adam Phelps. And a give on the play comes to Andy Lenz, and Andy Lenz gets to midfield and will come up about a yard short. Jason Dietz along with Jamal Strickland in on the stop of Linz. At midfield, ball just across midfield, where it'll be 3rd down and 1 as the clock ticks inside the 6-minute mark. No score in the ball game. Lions in with 3 first downs and the Panthers with 2.
Right in the middle. Come on.
Bergerelli, the ball carrier, and then a penalty flag goes flying. Personal foul charged against the Lions, and that'll be a big 15-yarder. We'll take the ball all the way inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. So the Panthers, by way of the penalty, pick up their 3rd first down, and a big 15-yarder moves the ball to the Lions' 33-yard line. And a blitz, and Oates takes him, and then a penalty flag. And the Lions will be charged with a face mask after the blitz threw a big 12-yard loss on the play, but a 15-yard penalty will come up against the Lions. Moves the ball all the way to the 20. Creecraft gives on the play to Jake Smith. And Jake Smith run out of bounds after a pickup of about a yard. Mike Drexler. Brings up a 3rd down and about 2. Ball is sitting at the 26-yard line. Dives straight ahead and gets very close to the first down. And Joe Fergerelli has picked up the first down. Check that, it's 4th down. Fisher held up his hand, I thought it was the first down. 4th down and less than a yard as the ball is just inside the 25-yard line. 4th and less than a yard. And we have another timeout exerted by the Saegertown Panthers. 4th down and less than a yard at the 25-yard line. And the give goes to Mulligan, and Mulligan dives ahead. What appears to be a first down. And they have indicated a first down, so the Panthers pick up a first down at the 24-yard line. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Throws out to Mulligan, and through his hands, in on the coverage was DeRoss for the Lions. mulligan on a reverse. And the Lions are smelling it out. Penalty flag goes down. And Jake Smith finally brought to the turf after running about 40 yards. Rob Brown and Oates, Jason Dietz all in on the stop. We'll see what the penalty flag was at the 35-yard line. And they indicate a holding against the Panthers on the reverse. So a 15-yarder will be marked off, which will take the Panthers back out to the 44-yard line. So the Panthers have picked up their second penalty, and now they've been penalized 20 yards. Second down for the Panthers and the whole bus ride. Ball's at the 44. They have to go to the 13-yard line, so subtract that and we're in business. Creecraft, back the pass, throws deep, and Robert Brown, I believe, has picked off the pass. Robert Brown has picked it off at the 18-yard line. So turnover for the Panthers, number 2. Fumble was the one turnover and the intercepted pass. 2 turnovers against the Panthers. Timeout charged to the Lions. 3:30, $1.50 each for the junior high football team, varsity and JV football team, the cross country, junior high girls basketball. And a give goes to DeRoss. DeRoss gets a big, breaks away, and Todd DeRoss struggles all the way to the 34-yard line, but a penalty flag back at the 18-yard line. And the Lions are flagged with another big holding call as the big run by Todd DeRoss out to the 34-yard line has been nullified. 15 big ones will be marked off against the Lions, which will take it all the way back. The ball being spotted at the 9-yard line. And they have to go to the 34-yard line. And the give goes to Strickland on the outside. Strickland trying to break loose. Can only get to about the 15-yard line. In on coverage for the Panthers is Jim Wolfgang. Sophomore, 5'7", 175. Mike Drexler bringing in the play as the Lions face a second down inside the 3-minute mark. First down marker at the 34-yard line. McCullough looks to pass, and over the hand of Mike Drexler at the 25-yard line. Stops the clock and brings up a third down. Third down. And McCullough looks and then throws for Robert Brown. Coverage on the play by Jim Creecraft. Ball overthrown. Punting situation for the Lions, and Cliff Seibel will be punting for the third time. Seibel will be punting from the 3-yard line. And Seibel gets an end over end. Chris Perry picks up the ball at the 48, the 45. Perry down the sideline, and finally tripped up as Chris Perry gets down. And there's a penalty flag all the way back at the 8-yard line. Roughing the kicker, personal foul charge against the Panthers. And so the Lions will get an automatic first down and get to keep the football as they bring it out to the 30-yard line. 2:16 remaining in the half. No score. The Lions, more importantly, get to keep the football. Costly penalty as the Panthers had the Lions in a punting situation. McCullough gives off to DeRoss. DeRoss stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Dronko in on that stop for the blue and gold. No gain. Brings up second down and 10 as we near the 2-minute mark. Second down at the 30. McCullough to pass. McCullough throws the ball for Drexler and off the shoulder pads of Mike Drexler. In on this play was Jim Creecraft, and Drexler would have been off to the races. Stops the clock with 1.5 minutes remaining in the half and a third down situation. And McCullough looks and throws deep to Jamal Strickland! And Jamal Strickland will go all the way 70 yards from the line of scrimmage. 70-yard pass reception from Lenny McCullough to Jamal Strickland. So with 1:18 remaining in the half, the Lions go on top by 6. Freshman Lenny McCullough.
Thank you.
70-yard pass from freshman Lenny McCullough to junior Jamal Strickland for the 6 points. Brian Barnes will hold and Robert Brown will attempt the point after touchdown. The kick is up and good. As the Lions now take a lead with 1:18 remaining in the half. Lions 7 and the Panthers nothing. This will be 26. Jake Smith in a deep set. Mulligan also. And it goes to Smith. Smith fumbles the ball, picks it up, and breaks loose. And finally driven to the ground. Sean Albaugh finally brings down Jake Smith as they spot the ball back around the 14-yard line. There will be 50-50 tickets for the Herman Hatfield Fund. Creecraft on the pitch. And struck down on the play is Chris Perry. Sean Albaugh broke through to bring down Perry as that might be the final play of the half. As we're inside the 20 seconds and counting. Have a big halftime show as it's homecoming here at LCS.
That's okay, John. It's in the old school.
off to the extended halftime as we have homecoming activities with the Lions on top 7-0. Once again, the Battery B, the first of the 229th Field Artillery from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, is here tonight. Staff Sergeant Glenn Walters. Robert Brown starts off the third quarter, and the ball's off the leg. Jake Smith, who was brought down at the 24-yard line by Tim Valensig. So the Panthers will open the third quarter with the football. First down for the Panthers from the 24. And the give goes to Mulligan, and Mulligan getting tackled at the 25-yard line. Earl Abbott along with Adam Phelps and Kevin Oates in on that stop. Gain of 1. Creecraft pitches behind and a loose football. And the Lions are on top of the football. It was Steve Hawthorne. Comes up with a big turnover at the 15-yard line. At the 18, McCullough gets off to the big fullback. DeRoss fights inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Alan Dronko making the hit for the blue and gold. Barnes split wide on the right side. McCullough on the counter gives to Jamal Strickland, and Strickland dives to the 7-yard line. Very close to a first down on the play. Creecraft and Dronko making that stop on Jamal Strickland, who is about a foot short of a first down. Third down and less than a yard. In motion, Strickland. And 2 in motions, and that one's coming back, guys. I hate to say it, but it's coming back as we had 2 people in motion. Drexler moved early, I believe, or somebody on the right side, and there was already a backfield was in motion. So it definitely is coming back. Wide open on the play was Drexler, who was not picked up out in the area of Jake Smith. And McCullough just overthrew Drexler. And McCullough fired, complete for the touchdown. And Rob Brown takes it on the 2-yard line and breaks forward for the touchdown. So on a fourth down, Lenny McCullough drills senior Robert Brown at the 2-yard line. Brown goes in from the 2 for the TD. Robert Brown will now try the point after touchdown. Barnes will do the holding. Brown's kick is blocked. And so with 8:54 remaining in the third quarter, Linesville 13 and the Saegertown Panthers nothing. Check that. They were on offense one time. And the ball comes to Mulligan. Mulligan at the 20, 25-30. Across midcourt, Mulligan looking for a break. And Mulligan is finally tripped picked up on the play by Earl Abbott.
Boy, he just got him.
And Mulligan returns that ball from about the 15-yard line all the way to the 25-yard line. Going offense. And the pitch comes to Mulligan. Mulligan trying the right side. Gets a block. Finally upended by Robert Brown inside the 20. Back to pickup of 9 yards on the play. Down to about the 15-yard line. Bergerelli starts off and comes back. Second down and 1. And Joe Bergerelli has picked up the first down around the 13-yard line.
I think I'm going to...
And Creecraft carries the ball, or Lukart carries the ball.
I know, but he was holding this other guy and the other one's right into him.
Creecraft on the counter gives to Lukart. Loss of a yard on the play will bring up third down and 9. Creecraft, the pass complete on the play to number 22, Chris Perry. Kevin Oates in on that stop.
Both arms are getting back in. I'm here. I'm here.
Fourth down and about 9. And Creecraft back to pass. And he throws over the middle. And Linesville, who just deflected the ball, picks it off. It would have been the Lions' ball at the line of scrimmage, but the Lions did pick it off. Jason Dietz will get credit for the interception.
No, you don't think where you are when you catch it.
And it appears to be about the 10-yard line. So the Lions will start deep from their own territory at about the 11-yard line. First down. Drexler wide on the right side. And Todd DeRoss straight up the middle. DeRoss picking up about 4 yards on the play. Second down and 6.
Teach that child not to say goodbye to his mom. I know you do. Stopped an airplane. Yeah, rolling.
On a counter play, Robert Brown finds the seam, and Robert Brown breaks in the opening. Robert Brown down the sideline and finally driven which was the 15-yard line as Robert Brown goes all the way to the 24-yard line. Chris Perry finally catching Brown from the back along with Mulligan. Big third down play for the Lions as Robert Brown rambles to the 24-yard line. And Jamal Strickland breaks to the outside and a ball shoots forward and a Lion dives on it in the end zone. And the Lions, it's actually spotted at the 1-yard line where the Lions got back on top of the football. As that ball shot forward about 15 yards, Adam Phelps is the one that alertly dove on that football at the 1-yard line. So it's a first down for the Lions, first and goal at the 1. DeRoss into the center of the line and a big fullback. It's pay dirt for the Lions. Todd DeRoss, 6'1", 203-pound fullback. Todd DeRoss puts 6 on the board as the big fullback hits the center of the line. And once again, Robert Brown will attempt the point after touchdown as Brian Barnes will do the holding. And Brown, once again, is blocked. And so with timeout on the field, 3:15 remaining in the third, the Lions 19 and the Panthers nothing. A nylon folding wallet. It was found and brought to the concession stand. If you'd come to the concession stand, you may have it. Don't forget, at the end of the third quarter, we'll be having the 50 deep for the Panthers. Mulligan. And the ball comes to the short man, Lucart. Lucart, bang, at the 30-yard line. Earl Abbott popped Chad Lucart as Lucart gets back to his feet. And the pitch goes out to Mulligan. Mulligan breaks a tackle and finally is brought down at the 35. Jamal Strickland was the one that tripped up. Steve Mulligan, the senior tailback. And a fumble on the play. Loose football. And the official, the referee, Chuck Perrell, points north, indicating the orange and black have come up with a loose football. Turnover number 5 for the Saegertown Panthers. Todd DeRoss, the big fullback, came up with the football for the Lions. Panthers here have had 5 turnovers that have hurt their cause. First down at the 38-yard line. McCullough over the middle and nearly picked off on the play, and a penalty flag goes flying as Chris Perry almost came up with a nice interception. 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Defensive pass interference charged against the Panthers. Joel Strickland in motion, and a good play as Mike Drexler almost comes up with a great catch. And someone had a great saving block as a linebacker was shooting through, blitzing McCullough. And on a reverse, Robert Brown tries to turn the corner. John Scott is the defender who stopped Brown at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down and 10. 1 minute remaining here. McCullough throws the screen to DeRoss. DeRoss can't get loose as Mulligan makes a real nice play and throws DeRoss for a 2-yard loss. Will bring up 4th down and 12. As it may be the last play of the 3rd quarter, Saegertown Panthers will play host next Friday night to the Cambridge Springs Blue Devils, rated number 2 in the state of Pennsylvania by the Harrisburg Patriot. The Panthers will enjoy their homecoming next Friday night. And we have a delay of game which will also stop the clock with 2 seconds remaining. A 5-yard penalty for the Lions. So there will be a final play here in the 3rd quarter. The Lions on 4th down have elected not to kick. And a pass is thrown for DeRoss. And that will end the quarter. As the teams will head to the other field, it will be Saegertown's ball. A 1st down at the 31-yard line. Okay, 1st down for the Panthers at the 30-yard line. And the give goes on the outside to Mulligan. And Mulligan turning the sideline. Jamal Strickland finally runs him out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Panthers. 1st down, number 6. Both teams in with 6 first downs. The Panthers, of course, having 5 turnovers have hurt their cause. And the give goes to Mulligan off the right side. And Mulligan picks up about 3 yards on the play. Throws deep and picked off by Mike Drexler at about the 2-yard line as Mike Drexler comes up with an interception at his own 2-yard line. So the freshman quarterback adds a pass interception, and the Lions and the Panthers come up with their 6th turnover. And diving off the left side is the big fullback, Todd DeRoss. Gets the ball out across the 5-yard line. Pick up of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7. Down and 7. And Todd DeRoss all the way out to the 14-yard line. And it is a 1st down. So Todd DeRoss, the big fullback, picks up 1st down number 7 for the Lions. Andy Ross dives off the right side. No gain on the play, the officials say, so it's 2nd down and 10. Lions will be home for their final home contest of the 1990 campaign next Friday night against the Union City Bears. Of course, that will be senior night, recognizing parents. And nearly picked off on the play by Chris Perry. Pass was intended for Noel Berkeley. Stops the clock and brings up a 3rd down. As I was indicating, next Friday night is the final home football game for the Lions in 1990, as their final 3 games will be on the road. Third down and 10. And McCullough with time. Throws wide open is Brown, and Robert Brown gets to midfield. Robert Brown gets around the corner. Alan Dronko finally runs him out of bounds right at the midfield pole as Lenny McCullough airs one out, this time to Robert Brown. Unofficially, we have McCullough in with 7 for 17 on the night. And the pass, and the McCullough keeps the ball and rambles for 5 yards to the 45 as he faked into the line to the big fullback, and on a keeper goes to the 45-yard line. Don't forget, next Friday night we'll be recognizing all the seniors in the band, the cheerleading, as well as the football team and their parents next Friday night. And DeRoss bowls his way for another first down to the 35-yard line. Todd DeRoss, the big fullback, 6'1", 203 pounds. And on a counter play goes to Jamal Strickland. Strickland spins loose. And Jamal Strickland finally goes down close to the 20-yard. And the officials have indicated that he fumbled the football, and the Panthers have come up with the loose football. Get the ball back, Jamal! finally run out of bounds at the 41-yard line by Robert Brown. Steve Mulligan, the senior tailback, doing an excellent job for the Panthers tonight. Picks up the first down. And this time the ball goes to Jake Smith. And Jake Smith rambles for another first down. So back-to-back first downs for the Panthers. Eight first downs in the contest for Saegertown. Lions in with 9. Give goes to Mulligan on the right side. Mulligan straight ahead for about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Up off the bottom for the Lions.
Carrot. Yo, Carrot. You see Jason, I need to see him. I mean, like, real quick.
Second down and 5, inside the 6-minute mark. And on a reverse. And right in the middle of all that is Sean Albaugh, who was coming hard from the right side. And Albaugh got there right at the time of the exchange. And we have an injured Panther on the field. Panthers faced with a 3rd down and 14 on that. Albaugh lost on the play as Creecraft looks everywhere. Whoop, and a loose football bounced right into Ross' field. And the Ross comes up with a football off the bounce. Number 63, Jason Slaughter, finally drags down the defensive end for the Lions. Todd DeRoss comes up. That's his second fumble recovery of the night. Puts the Lions back on the offense at the 29-yard line, inside the 5-minute mark. And a give goes to DeRoss. DeRoss off the right side before being brought down on the play by Chris Perry, along with Alan Dronko, who has been busy on defense tonight. Pickup of 7 yards on the play by DeRoss. Second down and a long 3. And Strickland gets tackled by Dronko once again, does an outstanding job as he gets Strickland in the backfield for a loss of a yard on the play, brings up 3rd down and 4. As we approach the end of the contest, reminder that the Linesville All Sports Boosters ask anyone that can stick around for 5 or 10 minutes after the game and help clean up paper and cups, various debris. They do an outstanding job. McCullough looks. McCullough fires to the middle to Brown. Wide open. Brown heads for the corner. Robert Brown all the way in. 22 yards for the touchdown. Robert Brown takes that aerial from McCullough. 22 yards into the center. Scats to the end zone for the touchdown. That is the 3rd touchdown pass by freshman quarterback Lenny McCullough tonight. And Robert Brown once more will attempt the point after touchdown. Brian Barnes will do the holding. And Brown gets it up and through. As B-Battery out of Hermitage, Pennsylvania gets a chance to fire 2 more rounds. 3:22 remaining. Lions on top by 26. And the ball goes to Mulligan. Mulligan at about the 10-yard line, straight up the middle. And Mulligan driven down the play by 3 or 4 Lions, one by Albaugh. Donald Whiteman and Brian Gillette were the 3 Lions in there. So Mulligan returns the ball to about the 26-yard line. First down for the blue and gold. Draw a bunch of handkerchiefs. And movement all over the place. And it'll be charged 5 yards against the Panthers. Two and a half minutes remaining in the contest. And Joe Fergarelli goes forward and pops up the football and on the bottom of the pile. Jason Dietz comes up with the loose football. So turnover number 8 for the Panthers. We have a whole host of clean shirts. I'll try to pick them up. They put the ball back on offense. Brian Gillette's in the backfield along with Jason Dietz. And during the quarterbacking is J.J. Potts, another freshman quarterback for head coach Dan McCullough. Freshman quarterback J.J. Potts takes control. And Potts fumbles, picks it up, and then is as the personal foul will get flagged for unnecessary roughness.
Come on, team! That's right, go,
Second down for the Lions, second down 10. Dietz and Gillette in the backfield behind Potts. And Potts gives to Dietz. And Dietz gets down to around the 15-yard line. Pick up 4 yards on the play, brings up second down and 6. Dronko once more in making the stop for the blue and gold. Third down and 6. As we approach the 1-minute mark, reminder, anyone that can stick around for 10 or 15 minutes and help out the Linesville All Sports boosters as they clean up immediately following the game. And pass into the corner was intended for Noel Berkeley, The junior tight end, incomplete, stops the clock and brings up 4th down. Trevor Oates, another freshman, brings in the play. Kenny York is the center playing for the Lions now. And Potts, back to pass. Potts throws deep, and on the wrong side of his intended receiver, Don Whiteman, I believe, was the intended receiver. So the Panthers will take over on downs with 45 seconds remaining.
Larry?
Immediately following the contest and help out the boosters as they clean up after the game. Don't forget, next Friday night, back here in Linesville, they'll play the final home contest against the Union City Bears. It will be Parents' Night. We'll be recognizing the parents of the band members, the cheerleaders, and the football team. Next Friday night.
We weren't there. We were going to go, but we got no because I remember when she
And a loose football, and a Lion has jumped on top of another loose football. Nine turnovers for the blue and gold as Don Whiteman came up with that loose football. 9 turnovers. By the way, the little 7th and 8th grade team will be playing home tomorrow morning at 9:30. Any of you interested in seeing that action? 7th and 8th grade football tomorrow morning at 9:30. The JV team at 4 o'clock will be at Saegertown Monday after school. And the Lions will down the football, let the clock run out. And so the Lions will go to 2-3 on the season, and the Panthers will drop to 0-4. And it's the contest, and we thank B-Battery from Hermitage, Pennsylvania for providing the extra spark tonight. Wish both teams good luck. Also, anyone that can stick around and help clean up after the game would certainly be appreciated. Thank you, and good luck to both teams.